is a star.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley!
Come and take it. I'm not hiding. I'm not running. And I'm sure as hell not giving this championship up without the fight of your life. So to every woman backstage watching me right now, consider this an open warning. The Carlita Cortez chapter is finished. Mommy is still on top. And whoever wants to be the beginning of my next chapter, come out here and prove you belong in my story.
Speaking of, we just said it. We don't think she's done. And here comes one of the baddest women in the game.
SummerSlam was supposed to be my night. I told everybody that WrestleMania was a mistake. I told everybody that if I got Rhea Ripley one more time, things would be different. But at SummerSlam, I stood across this ring from Rhea again. And I lost. I could come out here and make excuses. I could complain about what went wrong. I could blame the referee. I could blame the pressure. I could blame anybody I want. But I won't. Rhea, you beat me. You beat me at WrestleMania, and you beat me again at SummerSlam. So maybe everybody expects me to walk away. Maybe everybody expects Carlita Cortez to finally admit that Rhea Ripley is simply better than her. Hell no! Because Rhea, there's something you need to understand about me. You can beat me. You can embarrass me. You can knock me down over and over again. But until I know that I've got absolutely nothing left, I will keep getting back up. That's why I didn't come to Toronto tonight looking for sympathy. I came here looking for you because I'm asking you for one final match. No rematches after this. No excuses. No begging management for another opportunity. If I lose tonight, that's it. I will never challenge you for the Women's World Championship again as long as you're champion. But if I beat you, you've told the entire world that I don't belong on your level. You've beaten me twice. So what's stopping you from doing it? Come on, Rhea. No running. No waiting until next week. No waiting until the next PLE. Tonight, in Toronto, Rhea Ripley versus Carlita Cortez. One last time for the Women's World Championship.
Toronto, I think it's about time we talk about tonight's main event. Because for weeks, there's been one question hanging over the Women's World Championship. Carlita Cortez believes she deserves another opportunity. Rhea Ripley believes she already proved who the better woman is. At WrestleMania, Carlita Cortez stepped into the ring with Rhea Ripley and came up short, but Carlita refused to go away. She fought her way back into championship contention, and now she wants one more chance. Well, Carlita, you've got it. Because I am officially announcing that tonight from Toronto, Carlita Cortez will challenge Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. But there's something both women need to understand. This isn't just another championship match. Carlita, you said you wanted one final opportunity to prove that WrestleMania was not the end of your story with Rhea Ripley. Tonight, you get that opportunity. But if you lose, there will be no more championship matches against Rhea Ripley as long as Rhea is the Women's World Champion. No excuses, no controversy, no walking into my office Monday morning asking for another match. Carlita Cortez gets her last shot. Rhea Ripley gets the opportunity to end this rivalry once and for all, and the Women's World Championship hangs in the balance. So, Toronto, get ready. The match is now official for the night.
Well, it is official. Carlita will get her final opportunity against Rhea Ripley here tonight to now the Intercontinental Championship, and that is the ruler, Oba Femi.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome your Intercontinental Champion, the Ruler, Oba Femi!
At WrestleMania, I stood across this ring from a man they told me was unlike anyone I had ever faced, Gunther. They told me about his championships. They told me about the people he conquered. They told me about the destruction he left behind. And they told me that when Gunther walks into WrestleMania, you don't beat him, you survive him. But I did not come to WrestleMania to survive Gunther. I came to conquer him. And that is exactly what I did. I defeated Gunther at WrestleMania. I took his championship. I took his throne. And now the Intercontinental Championship belongs to the Ruler. But understand something. I did not win this championship so I could hide behind it. I did not win this championship so I could stand backstage and wait for Adam Pearce to handpick opponents for me. I want competition. I want the strongest. I want the fastest. I want the hungriest. I want every man backstage who has looked at this championship and thought, maybe I can take that from Oba Femi. You want an opportunity. Then step into this ring and prove it. So now there is only one question left. Who's next?
Well, someone is ready to step up. It's this young man, Javon Evans, the boy who likes to get bouncy. Javon Evans is coming out here to answer the Oba Femi challenge. This will be a massive match between these two, going one-on-one for that Intercontinental Championship.
It's my time. I'm coming for you, Oba, and that Intercontinental Championship.
Challenge accepted.
Well, you heard it right there. Oba Femi made it clear that he accepts the challenge of Javon Evans, but he is standing his ground and letting him know that this is not going to be an easy walk for him. But I don't think Oba Femi wants it to be easy, because this man loves for competition. And he said, bring anybody and bring them all. But you see Javon Evans staring down Oba Femi, giving him that intense look, because Javon is ready for championship gold. And that keep up with the latest content every time it drops.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Hamilton, Canada, weighing in 226 pounds, All Ego Ethan Page.
Championship gold. He got a major opportunity right here tonight. Can Penta get the massive win here tonight over Ethan Page?
And his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in 222 pounds, Penta!
And Page comes out right there with a shoulder tackle from the top of the ropes. Both men are on the outside, and Penta Penta with a massive running hurricanrana taking down Page, landing him right there on that floor. That is not the softest place you want to land. And now Penta back up. He's back up on the apron, but now he's going up to the top. What does he have in mind? And a swanton bomb from the top of the ropes to the outside. What a brave heart from Penta. Penta definitely a daredevil right there, coming down from that height. He's getting Page back to his feet, tossing him up, trying to get him back to the inside. Oh, but he gets it all right there this time. Gets him back inside, and Penta right there. Going for that cover. Oh my God, and Penta gets it.
Here is your winner, Penta! The new World Tag Team Champions! And Xavier Woods in Kofi Kingston, the New Day!
Both made it like they were going for the same thing in that moment right there. And look at Otis. Look at him right here. And here comes Kofi. Here comes Kofi in. Oh, Kofi right there with a kick right to the face. Going for that cover. 2. Oh my gosh. The New Day just picked up a massive victory in this match. I know they're on a high right now because they just won those tag team championships this past weekend at SummerSlam, and then now getting this victory here tonight. But it was completely unexpected out of nowhere. This is what it's all about. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my gosh! What the hell? That is Jimmy Uso. Whoa, look, and now the Usos. And now he's going up top. And he comes down with the splash right there. The Usos are officially back together. And they looking like they are coming for World Tag Team Championship gold. They just made a statement here tonight. Seth Rollins, the man with the plan. Seth Rollins is still our World Heavyweight Champion after SummerSlam. Seth Rollins has been on a roll as World Champion since winning that championship at WrestleMania, defeating Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins is one of the best, not only one of the next generational superstars that we have here on Monday Night Raw and DWC as a whole. Seth Rollins winning his very first world championship back in 2016 against John Cena at Extreme Rules. But tonight, he has the next message for the next challenger. Who will be the next man to face the Visionary? Who's next to face the Architect? Because he is a revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins, baby. And listen to that crowd.
Take a good look, because after everything Finn Balor threw at me, after every kick, every coup de grace, every ounce of anger that man had inside of him, I am still your world heavyweight champion. Finn Balor took me to a place that very few men in this business can take me. And Finn, if you're back there listening, I want you to hear me when I say this. You gave me one hell of a fight. I know the history between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. I know what that World Heavyweight Championship meant to him. I know how badly he wanted to stand in this ring and prove that after all these years, he could finally beat me when it mattered most. And I was honored to give Finn Balor that opportunity. I was honored to stand across the ring from one of the greatest wrestlers of this generation. But when the bell rang, when the lights were the brightest, and when this championship was on the line. And now, Finn, our chapter is finished. Because being champion means you don't get to spend too much time celebrating yesterday. There is always somebody waiting. There is always somebody watching. There is always somebody in that locker room telling themselves, I can beat Seth Rollins. So that brings me to the reason I'm standing in this ring tonight. I want to know, Finn Balor wasn't good enough to take it from me. Who back there thinks they're ready? Who wants to step out from behind that curtain, walk down this aisle, look me in the eyes, and tell me they can take the World Heavyweight Championship away from Seth freaking Rollins? Maybe it's somebody I've fought before. Maybe it's somebody I've never faced. Maybe it's a former world champion. Maybe it's somebody looking for the biggest opportunity of their entire career. I don't care. Because Finn Balor found out exactly what happens when you come after this championship. You don't just get a match with Seth Rollins, you get a war with Seth Rollins. So whoever is back there thinking about interrupting me, whoever has been staring at this championship, whoever thinks they're the man who can finally knock Seth Rollins off the top of the mountain, come on out. I'm standing right here. Because I'm done talking about Finn Balor. I'm done talking about SummerSlam. I'm looking toward the future. And I want to meet. And as long as I'm breathing, as long as I can stand, as long as I can fight, this World Heavyweight Championship isn't going anywhere.
No way! Oh, no freaking way! No way! It is Rey Mysterio, a DWC legend. We have not seen Rey Mysterio in almost a year, and he is back here on Monday Night Raw. Is he here to take up the challenge to Seth Rollins?
Seth, you want to know who's next? You're looking at him. I've spent my entire career being told I'm too small, too old, that my time has passed. And every single time somebody counted Rey Mysterio out, I proved them wrong. And Seth, there is nothing that would mean more to me than walking into Mexico, standing in front of mi gente, mi familia. So I'm not asking Adam Pearce. I'm not going backstage looking for permission. I'm standing right here, looking you straight in the eyes. I want next Seth.
You know what, Ray? This is such an honor for me to be able to defend my championship against one of the greatest legends the company has ever seen. So, with that being said, yes, I accept your challenge. Rey Mysterio, and walking into your home turf as World Heavyweight Champion. I know it's going to be hostile territory, but that's okay. I have been through many places walking in with my head held high. So next month on Raw Mexico, Rey Mysterio, you got your match. I just hope you know what you're in for, and I just hope you can keep up, old man.
Old man. Okay, I will show you what this old man can do when I hit you with the 619 and take home that World Heavyweight Championship for the first time ever.
See you in Mexico.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it's official. Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio will go one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship next month in Raw in Mexico. Rey Mysterio will get his first World Championship match in Mexico against the visionary Seth freaking Rollins.
The Intercontinental Championship. Following is a #1 contenders match to the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Introducing first, from Dublin, Ireland, the man, Becky Lynch. Hawaii,
Sol Ruca is submitting herself here on Monday Night Raw, getting her feet wet here in the biggest competition, because right now she has an opportunity to go for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. And Io and Becky trying to make work of Sol right here in this moment, like a little bit of double team going on. And Io right there, right to the back of the kidneys of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch just tossing Io to the outside. Right there on the apron, but Bayley gets back in with another kendo shot. And now Bayley's going for the cover. Bayley's going for it. 1, 2, 3. Bayley just picked up the massive victory.
Here is your winner, and the #1 contender,
Once again, congratulations to Bayley on winning this #1 contenders match. She has a future opportunity against Stephanie. We saw her try to do it at SummerSlam as well, and then we've been seeing her aligning herself leading up to SummerSlam. So what is it that Carlita is putting in the mind of Raquel? But tonight, we just hope that Carlita can come in and do it alone here tonight and get this opportunity as Women's World Champion. And Mommy is here. This could be the final opportunity of Carlita, and this also could be the final time that Rhea Ripley holds that Women's World Championship up. Rhea Ripley has been world champion for over 1 year, and she has not stopped since she won that championship from Charlotte Flair last year from Cleveland, Ohio. Rhea Ripley is a destructive force of nature, and tonight, Carlita is about to see it once again, because I know Rhea is pumped up. You saw Rhea back there hitting those push-ups as Rhea Ripley is ready to lay the groundwork for the final chapter with these two here tonight. And now look at her trying to couture the legs over right there. Trying to, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh. What the hell? This is what I'm talking about. Carlita not being able to do it on her own. She hit another Puerto Rican pride right there, bummed by the distraction of Raquel Rodriguez, just taking down Rhea Ripley, hitting her, yanking her over the ropes right there. This has to stop between Rhea Ripley. This interference from Raquel has to stop. She keeps attacking from outside of the ring, getting involved. The sit-out buster right there for Rhea Ripley. Whoa! Look who's here! Io Sky! Io Sky is here for the save, and she comes down to the aid of Rhea Ripley. Carlita fighting her off once again, tossing Rhea back inside. Tossing Rhea back inside. Oh, come on now, what is this? Now look at Roxanne. Roxanne is out here now. What business does she have out here now? Oh, what? No way. Naomi is back. We have not seen Naomi in almost a year. She has come to even the odds against Raquel. And then now the interference of Roxanne Perez in this match. Naomi is just taking it to Roxanne right here. The crowd is on their feet for the return of Naomi after Naomi has given birth to her first child. And now she is dragging Roxanne away from the match. Continuing this match, and Rhea with a massive headbutt right there to Carlita. And she's going for the Riptide. Going for that Riptide right there. Carlita is down, but Rhea is lifting her back up once again. And she's going for another one. Riptide number 2. Carlita is laid out. And Carlita, and Carlita is in the wrong position. Rhea gets it one more time. Rhea Ripley with 3 Riptides in a row. This could be it for Carlita. 2, 3. Rhea Ripley, still the champion.
Here is your winner, is still the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley.
What a match that was. That was a main event of the century. Raquel did it once again. Tried to interfere, but it just wasn't enough to get Carlita the title. Thank you for joining us here on Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley, still the champion. We will see y'all next week, live from Cleveland, Ohio.